1.16 has added several amazing blocks to Minecraft, and I'm going to show you 16 cool things you can do with them. Hello and good morning. As you can see behind me, there's a ton of new blocks coming in 1.16, and they just look amazing. I've been toying with them for the past couple of days, and I found a whole bunch of cool things you can use them for. Let's just get right down to it. So the first thing we have here is a little office scene. I used Chiseled polished Blackstone as wall outlets, as well as the polished basalt as a trim. I think it works really well in these darker toned wood spaces. It looks like a really convincing wall outlet. Sadly, it only works with darker colored blocks as a trim piece to it, but it still looks really convincing. And I also made it work with provide power. I just basically put a redstone block here in the back. But yeah, very convincing wall outlet. So next up, I created a child's bedroom. I basically used the warp stems in a stripped form as wallpaper, and it creates really nice like light colors. The stripped warp stem really looks like a cyan and goes well with cyan wools, as well as the stripped crimson looks like magenta. And I think these two lighter colors work really well when mixed with lighter colored blocks. You can create just kind of like a peaceful, childlike ambiance. So I also created a little like foyer staircase area. You can see using different colors it creates a very different feeling. But I also used the crimson doors as kind of a trim. They have this pattern that really works well, again, as a trim, but they work well against the stripped warp stem. Kind of create a bit more of a spooky space. Again, the darker colors really do help as well. Ooh. So a house isn't complete without a bathroom. I created a bathroom, and the lodestone works really well as bathroom tiles. Also, the Blackstone pressure plates look really good as like a bathroom rug or a floor mat. Really just soak up the water. It's also just a cute little bathroom. I think the prison room looks really nice with the quartz. I never really tried a bathroom like this, and I think it turned out good. Well, if you don't excuse me. So I created a little hillside here to show that basalt and polished basalt work really well as petrified trees. Like, really convincingly. They blend in really nicely with stone to really give that stone look. So you have the obviously different texture that makes them look like wood, even though they aren't. And for that reason, I think they look really good as like petrified wood in various ways. Just a nice little hillside. The textures really do go well together. Oh, I created a little oasis here to show off this next one, which don't tell me if this wasn't the first thing you saw when you saw the ancient debris. It looks a ton like a palm tree. So how else would you use it besides make a palm tree? Although, of course, this is the most cost-effective use of the block, being that it's extremely rare. I want to see someone actually build a palm tree with it in a survival world just to stick it to them. Yeah, it really looks like a palm tree. It can also be used as a coconut tree. Just didn't like how it looked compared to the palm one. So these next few are for you sci-fi fans out there. Those that like Star Trek, Star Wars, all of that. You really get a kick out of these. Don't worry if you don't, you'll still get something out of them. These blocks are really good for sci-fi, like space builds. Send me what you create with that. I'm really interested to see what you'll make. So first up, I just made a starship corridor. The blocks of netherite really work as floor plating. They even make a really cool sound if you can hear it. It's just like, it sounds like you're walking around a metal floor, and I think it's really cool. Lodestone also creates a really nice wall pattern that just looks good in like a spacey context. I also use the basalt as doors because they just kind of look like doors. Welcome to the bridge. Again, I use the floor tiles, like the block of netherite as floor tiles, and again, they really sell that look. Also, the crimson fences. I kind of, if you couldn't tell, I used the Enterprise as an inspiration for this little set, and I think it looks pretty good in the end. Also, lodestone making a reappearance as wall paneling. But the big highlight of this is the respawn anchors as consoles. They have this little black screen looking thing here. I think that really sells that look. It looks like a console that could be used and like interacted with, although it is charged. I wouldn't recommend clicking on it. You'll have a big fiery death. So next up here we have like a corridor of an alien ship, and these warped stems really look like bioneural circuitry. So I thought it would look really good in this sort of context. And I think it screams like the alien shipped. It really screams binaural circuitry. If you're familiar with sci-fi, and Star Trek I know has it featured in there before, it's kind of a cool thing in concept too. So I'm kind of glad we have a blog that can do this for sci-fi builds. So here I have a taken over control room, and this is honestly one of my favorite builds I did for this. It just looks so, like, you feel there. If you're familiar with, I think No Man's Sky had something similar to this. It wasn't purple, it was more green. But using crying obsidian and a respawn anchor, it really looks like just some purple tendrils have come through and taken control of what could have been, again, another alien vessel's control room. And it created this sort of environment. Just, it's really cool to look at. Just the breathing purples of the crying obsidian that also look like we have tendrils going over normal obsidian. Ooh, it's kind of spooky, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little spooky, but it looks really cool. So here we have a little fighter. Wouldn't necessarily call it my best work, but it really shows off that you can use Soulfire as like plasma damage. It really looks like a plasma fire, again, as you would see in a sci-fi show. And it kind of gives that effect when mixed with cobblestone, when you build your build out of stone, of course, but it really helps add to that damage effect. But I've also used the shroom lights back here as engines, and those blocks really look like an engine putting out exhaust. They really give that effect. Better than glowstone did, in my opinion. The last one I have here is more towards map makers, because you couldn't really make it happen in survival or in vanilla Minecraft. But we can now make sideways nether portals using the respawn anchors fully charged up. Well, any charged up would do it actually, but it would give you consistent light. But yeah, and mixed with a command block, you can make it teleport you to really cool spooky destinations. Or the nether, if you want to do that too, which is just as spooky, if not more so, especially nowadays. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video as well as subscribe to see more videos that I'm going to be putting out every Tuesday and Thursday, building and more content like this. Also, if you have any ideas you'd like to see me build, put it down in the comments down below. I will see them, and I love a good challenge. So yeah, let me know what your ideas might be. And be sure to share this video with friends. If you enjoyed and think they might enjoy it too, send a link. See y'all next time, guys. Bye for now.